Okay, so once again in Ardanyan's Revenge, we left our adventurers having securely got into the ground floor of the council hall building of the town of Ardanyan. They were able to get inside the building without causing an alarm. They dispatched of two guards who they tied up and then just knocked out. Tied and gagged and knocked out in the corner here. And they're about to go downstairs to the cellar or lower level of the town council hall building in order to rescue their masters from the cellar prison. Okay, so a couple things. The characters got 25 legend points for dispatching the guards and another 75 legend points for successfully fulfilling the goal of getting in and out of the building, of finding their masters or the building, or at least breaking and entering. And they get another 50 legend points for role playing, essentially. So they've got another 150 legend points to add for this adventure. I'll have to do that later. Okay, so our heroes are about to go downstairs, and unbeknownst to them, there are two guards sitting at that table here. So they will send the thief ahead to two to do his stealthy stride, his silent walking down there to see if he can scout ahead. Oh, not like that, he's not. So he more or less trips down the stairs, misjudges the step, and finds himself at the bottom of the stairs on his ass. And the guards look up and clearly see him. And what's going to happen is they will shout for an alarm. Now, upstairs, they did leave two guards that were in the guard rooms. They thought they securely got by. And those guards are now headed right behind them. The player characters will roll initiative and we'll go from there. Alright, so let's see. Scathra rolls a d12. 2. Garn rolls a d10. 8. Actually, yeah, that's fine. Scorth, 8. Deza, 4. The warriors down here. There's a 5 actually. 1. And the guards above. 5. Behind them. Okay. So first things first. Garn. Oh, I have got to roll for Tatu. Tatu's initiative is a 6. 2. Alright. So, let's see what's happening. Alright, first thing that's happened is Garn goes down the stairs because he hears the guard screaming and shouting for assistance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He gets in the fray with the first one. These guys are actually adepts, and they're moving like adepts. They're warriors, so I'm using the stats for the warrior adepts on page 68 of the adventure. It's just the first circle warrior adept, and I'll use those stats. So these guys are beefy. They've got 8 physical armor and a mystic armor of 3, and so these guys are pretty heavy duty. They also have the wood skin talent, so they'll probably use that right away. Let's see, wood skin. Looking this up real quick because the Obsidian has this too, and he'll probably likely use it. plus toughness. It burns a recovery test. So the Obsidian men and these guys are all going to use wood skin. Now let me double check because I can't remember. Yeah, it's a standard action, so it does take their action. So all three guys are hulking out down there and doing their wood skin talent. Garn rolls 2d6 for this. He is going to use Karma. 8, 11. He adds 11 hit points, or he adds 11 to his damage rating. Alright, and these guys also have wood skin of 7. First guard adds 8 to his. Second guard adds 3. That's all of the Obsidian's Karma. He only has 3. He used 2 earlier, and this is his third. He's out of Karma. However, he's got extra 11 hit points, so that might matter. His damage rating is increased. Alright, that's Garn's turn, and that is also the guard's turn. I skipped Scorth, but Scorth is going to do something upstairs, and that is he is going to take out of his equipment some nail and a hammer and spike, and he's going to spike the door. So the guards will take a little longer getting through. Okay, oh well, those guys. Alright, the other guards, the guards that are upstairs, on the same hall as most of the party, are going to get through the building, and they're going to be stuck at the door, which is a reinforced strong door. Though they have a key, they're not going to be able to go through it because it is spiked on this side. It has a physical armor of 9 and a death rating of 30. So they will have to beat through the door. Okay. Alright, so they just spend their turn getting there. Alright, who else? Deza will go. She will fly down below to assist. She is going to help the Obsidian by flying high and trying to stay out of arm's reach, but she's going to cast Earth Darts at the first guy over here. Ability is 2d8 for spell casting. A 5. I don't think that's going to work on his Mystic Defense. His spell defense in this edition of the game is a 7. A 5 won't cut it. Alright, so that was Deza's turn. Scathra goes. She also races down there and taunts the second one as she also swings at him. I wonder if she can taunt and maneuver at the same time. Can't see why not. Let me see what kind of talents these are. Taunt is a simple action, so is maneuver. So she can do both. She will take 2 strain to do both of those things while she's flipping and stepping and jump flipping over to 2, who's still on the ground with the birdies and stars flying above him. She gracefully just dives over him. Again, she takes 2 strain, and she taunts and mocks these guys that we caught them off guard, and that's sorry for a couple of guards. It's a bad pun, kind of groans. And let's see, she's got to roll her maneuver first. 5. That will not be above, I can't remember which ability maneuver targets. I think it's the enemy's physical defense, but I can double check. Maneuver targets physical defense, yeah. If she did succeed, she would have had a bonus +2 to physical defense against this guy, and for her first attack against him for this round. She fails that. However, she will also do her taunt. That's an 8. That will beat the guy's social defense of 7. So she has successfully taunted the guy, and taunt works for rank rounds. She's got 3 ranks now in taunt. Oh, I should have rolled a d8, d6. Wrong guy. So the second warrior here, for 3 rounds, 1, 2, and 3, is going to be -1 because of the taunt. All right. And now she actually goes to swing at number 2 here. She's rolling 2d8. I think for her melee. Scathra, 2d8 for melee, yeah, 10. 10 will hit the guy's physical defense of 8. Wow. And it will just do regular damage, which is 11 for her. D10, D8. 13, 21, 24. Very impressive. But 24 minus 8 armor, the guy has so much armor, 8 armor is only 16. So she does 16 to this guard, minus his 3 bonus points he had from wood skin, so he has 13 damage. Okay. But 16, so let's look at that's. I'm sure that's a wound. His wound threshold is 9. So he does take a wound. And he has to roll to remain standing. I do not see any special abilities about him standing. What he might do is he might roll to see if he can get out of the way of harm's way. But I should have already declared that before damage, but I wasn't thinking. A lot to keep track of. Let me see if avoid blow is a simple action. It's a free action, so he can try to avoid blow. I think she's rolled an 11, so it's... Oh, he avoids blow. Okay. He is not wounded. He avoided the blow. Dang. So he's still got that +3. Wow. Okay. So he avoid blow. He takes 1 point of strain for that, so he only has +2 left of his wood skin. What else? That was Scathra's turn. Wait, I have to redo that roll because the taunt made him at minus... I'm all over the place wrong here. This is +8. This is +2 now. The taunt should have been at a D10. 1. So it misses, and it still does that 16 damage. So 2, 14, he's got 14 damage now. Okay, that should have been up here. Alright, 14 damage. He still takes that wound. He took 16 in 1 hit. His wound threshold is 9. 16 minus 9 is 7. So he's got to roll a 7 or higher on his strength test. Otherwise, he is flat on his butt. No, he is flat on his butt. He was knocked down. Alright, so 2 is knocked down from her agile strike and her taunt. Her taunt made the day there. Otherwise, the guy could have rolled out. Awesome. Alright, so that was Scathra's turn. And it is Titu's turn. Titu is going to do a jump, which I think costs 2 strain, if I recall. So it takes 2 strain, and he makes a dexterity check to see if he can basically kip up. He's got to roll a 5 or better on his D10. 5. He is up on his feet. He gets to act, and so he goes in and tries to help the Obsidian Garn against this first warrior. Actually, no. If he sees this guy down, he'll probably go to stab the guy. He's a thief. He's not a primary fighter. He will take the opportunity. The swordsman might be annoyed because she is doing all these theatrical battles and probably wants to solo duel, but the thief is practical, so he's going in for a melee strike on a downed opponent. His melee weapon skill is an 8. He has got a short sword. He will go ahead and use one of his karma points to try to fight this guy. How much karma is... Well, treat him like a typical human, okay. He's got karma to burn. Wow. Okay. 12 plus 5 is 17. 17 plus 6 more is 23. Now, this guy's physical defense is 8 versus a 23, but his physical defense is lowered because he is considered knocked down. So knocked down 8 minus 3 for being knocked down is 5. And rolled a 23 here. So that is how many raises? One raise at 10, 15, 23 additional raises. So plus 6 to the damage of 9 makes it a 15 damage. D12 plus 2d6. Alright, and it's only 12 damage minus the guy's 8 armor, only does 4 damage. Which is crazy. Okay, so 4 damage against this guy. He is now at 18 damage. Okay. Alright, that is everybody this turn. It is now time for initiative again. Let's see. Scaffer will do her D12. 2. Garn is going to burn a point of strain, so now his plus for his woodskins is only at 10 now. His initiative is a 6. Okay, that's too bad. Everybody else rolls a D10 except the other guys. Scorth is a 9. Desert is a 9. The other guards who are banging at the door are 9. T2 is a 9. Wow, this keeps rolling. And the other warriors use a D. This one uses a 1. This one has a wound. No, he does have a wound. Okay. So he has, he's rolling D6. And he rolls a 5. Okay. So top of the order are all the 9s are going at the same time, more or less. Alright, so Scorth comes down the stairs and hopes the door will hold. And he is going to step into the room, and he warns everybody about the guards knocking at the door, and he casts a spirit dart at number 1 here. 8 will defeat his mystic defense, and he does d8, d6 damage. Alright, 8 plus 3 is 11. 11 against mystic armor of 3 means 8 damage. Okay, 8 damage on number 1, so he loses his woodskin. And his mystic armor is now going to be down for Scorth's rank turns. Spellcasting rank. Scorth's spellcasting rank is 3, I think, so yeah. So this guy, the first guard's mystic defense, mystic armor is subtracted by 2. In those 3 turns. Okay. What else? That was Scorth's turn. Deza goes. She throws her earth darts at number 1. She's trying to lower his physical defense. 10 will hit. Damage is only 3, which does not bypass his armor at all. However, for, I think hers is a 3 as well, spellcasting. Yeah. But I think Earth Darts does not rank, but it's just 2 turns. I'll double check this one. Earth Darts is just 2 rounds. So for 2 rounds, the guy's physical armor is subtracted by 2. Okay. Let's check Spirit Darts while I'm there. Soul Dart or whatever it's called. Because I thought that was rank. Turns. Spirit Dart. Nope, duration's just 2 rounds. Not for 3. Okay. The 2 spellcasters have acted. T2 goes before the NPCs. While this guy's down, he's going to try to stab him again, absolutely. And he will also burn another point of karma. This is his only chance to hurt the guy while he's down. He's not a fighter, he's a thief. So 2d6 for the roll plus the karma die. 10, 14 will hit, and that will be 2 raises? Yeah, 2 raises. Because he is down at his physical defense is normally 8, minus 3 is 5, and a raise at... No, just 1 raise. Raise at 10. Alright, so this is doing an additional 2 damage, so he's rolling on the 11. D10... D10... Yeah, D10, D8. 10 points of damage, minus the guy's 8 armor, only does 2 to him. So he is now at 20. And his unconscious rating is at 26, so it's going to be a while working on him. Because his armor is so ridiculously high. Okay. That was to 2. The guards above are going to be banging on that door with their weapons. They have a key and they've unlocked it, but Scorth spiked the door, so they have to break the door down to get through. I think there's a rule for barriers. I just can't remember if it's in the Game Master's Guide. It probably is. Barriers and doors. So let me look for the rule on doors and barriers. Barriers and structures, page 164 in the Game Master's Guide. Because I don't remember if you roll to hit, because it's, it's a door. You shouldn't have to roll to hit it. But if you do, it might make sense, because if you hit it well, you can do more damage, so... Alright, so... The character does not usually need to make an attack test against a barrier. This does mean that many of the talents and abilities of enhanced attack tests will not provide any benefit against a barrier. The character makes a damage test and reduces the result by the barrier's physical armor rating, since there is no attack test and the barrier doesn't have a defense rating. Extra successes do not apply a bonus to damage against barriers. Okay, so that's good. Once the amount of damage a barrier has sustained equals or succeeds death rating, the barrier is destroyed, opening a space. Okay, so these guys are using the stats for the typical initiate on page 46 of the adventure. They are using broadswords, so their damage is step 12, which is 2d10. And these do not explode against barriers. So 10 versus the physical armor of 9. The door takes 10, 1 point. It's down to 29. Second attack, 14 minus 9, 5 points, so it's down to 24, and that's their turn. They're going to be a while at that door. Okay, the next person who goes is is Garn. He is going to attack the number 1 there. Garn will just use his melee weapons of d8d6. 3 misses. That's Garn's turn. Followed by the first guy who is... Nope, the second guy. He's going to try to jump up. And I think his jump up is reduced because of the armor he's wearing. He is going to face an armor penalty for... wow, okay, never mind. They stacked armor? Huh. I just say that because it has him labeled as using a buckler, an Esperaga cloak, and padded leather armor. I didn't know you could stack. Maybe that's a difference in 3rd and 4th, I'm not sure. Okay, so those armors individually do not have a penalty. So yeah, there's no penalty for him to kip back up. It's just he's got to roll, 5 or better with his dexterity. His dexterity is 6, but -1 because of his wound. Alright. The taunt is no longer there. It's just for that previous turn. So he's rolling a d8. 5 or better. 5, alright. He's kips up. He takes 2 damage to kip up, but he's back in the fight without spending his action. He is at 22 damage. Okay, and he's going to swing at Scathra. His melee weapons is 8. He does have karma points. So he's going to use them. An 8 will miss Scathra. Her normal physical defense is a 10, so it misses. Alright, that is this warrior. Oh, I should have reduced that roll because of the wound, but still he missed, doesn't matter. The first Scathra goes. She taunts him again, saying how poorly he swings and how he missed her. She's going to roll her taunt. Her taunt, I believe... Wait, has improved. Scathra's taunt is now d6. 8. That's enough to surpass his defense against her. So he is at -1. I probably should have kept that -1 because it's supposed to last around. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter as much here. I'm putting the minus on the wrong guy. I think I keep doing that. Yeah, this all should be up here. To this guy, and this should be here. Okay. Getting confused with my annotations here, my note keeping. Okay. So the first warrior has a wound. Yeah, what else? She swings at him. She did taunt him. Okay, so now she rolls her attack, which is 2d8, I believe. Scathra's melee weapons is 2d8, yep. 10 will hit. And she will do her normal damage. Oh, she is fighting number 2. Oh, okay, I'm getting really confused now. She is fighting number 2. Okay, great. So now she's going to roll to swing at the guy for her damage. Her damage is an 11, d10, d8. 5 points. Does not get through his armor. It does nothing. Darn. Alright, so that was Scathra's turn, and the last warrior goes against the Obsidian. Okay, so the Obsidian goes... no, the last guard against the Obsidian. He is also going to burn some karma to attack the Obsidian. 10, 12, 15 hits the Obsidian. 15 plus his physical defense is an 8, so 5 above that is 13. So there is one raise. So the damage, instead of being 12, is going to be a 14, which is 2d12 to attack. Now, before he rolls this, the strike, I think I said, was a 15, right? Okay. So the Obsidian Man will burn a strain to do an avoid blow. His avoid blow is 2d6. He's just hoping he rolls high. He's got to beat a 15. Alright. 9 plus 5 is 14. Almost there. But he misses his avoid blow and still gets struck by the damage of the guy's raised damage, which is 2d12. Okay. 13. Alright. So 13 minus his 4 physical armor is 9. Alright. So Garn loses his wood skin. He is still undamaged, but he's lost his wood skin. Okay, that's everybody here. New initiative. Alright, I gotta pause this. I need to take a phone call real quick. I'll make this a two-parter.